Common professions. Written. Common professions. There are many different kinds of workers and jobs. Some workers help people like you and me, who live in cities and towns. Police officers and firefighters help people. We call them community professionals because they help people who live in communities like the town where you live. Bus driver. A bus driver helps a group of people get from one place to another on a bus. A school bus driver helps you to get to school in the morning and then get home in the evening. A public bus driver helps people get around big cities and sometimes from one city to another. Construction worker. A construction worker helps the engineer to make things. There are many kinds of workers, including carpenters, bricklayers, electricians, and plumbers. They all work together and work with the engineer to make sure that what they are building will be safe and good for the community. Cook. A cook is someone who gets the food that the farmer grows for us and then prepares it for us to eat. Sometimes our meals are cooked at home, and sometimes we go out to eat at restaurants. The cook is very busy in the kitchen, making delicious meals for us to enjoy. Doctor. A doctor helps people get better when they get sick. There are many different kinds of medical professionals, including doctors, dentists, nurses, and people who work in labs. Some doctors help with children, and some help with adults. Doctors are happy when their patients get better. Engineer. An engineer is someone who plans and makes things like engines, buildings, and public works. Public works are things like bridges, highways, docks, schools, and other kinds of community buildings like courthouses. Engineers use science, math, and ingenuity to do their job. Farmer. A farmer helps the community by providing food for us to eat. Some farmers grow crops like corn, wheat, and soybeans. Other farmers raise livestock. This includes animals like cows, pigs, sheep, and chickens. If there were no farmers, there would be no food in our supermarkets. Firefighter. A firefighter is also a community professional. Firefighters jump into their fire trucks and rush as fast as they can to put out fires in houses and other buildings. They can also climb a tree and help bring your kitty cat back to you. Janitor, sanitation worker. A janitor or sanitation worker helps to keep public places clean. Janitors work in schools, office buildings, and other kinds of buildings. Sanitation workers help to keep outdoor places clean. They help to keep the streets clean, and they pick up trash in front of your house. Judge. A judge works in a courthouse or court of law. If two people have a disagreement, they can go to the court. Here, the judge will listen to what each person wants to say. Then, the judge will try and make a decision that will make both people happy. Judges are known for their wisdom. Librarian. A librarian takes care of all the books in a library. There are several kinds of libraries, like public libraries and school libraries. Librarians are smart and know about many kinds of books. They can help you find a special book that you are looking for. Manager. A manager is in charge of workers. Managers work in office buildings, stores, and other places of business. They look to see that all the workers are doing a good job. They also make sure that everything is running smoothly so that everyone is happy. Nurse. A nurse helps you when you are sick or hurt. Nurses work in hospitals and in doctors' offices. They often work with doctors to help make their patients feel better. Nurses can do many things to help doctors. They can take your temperature, feel your pulse, and put a bandage on a wound. Office worker. An office worker has a job in an office building. Office workers usually work for a boss called a manager. There are many kinds of office workers. They can be accountants, receptionists, and secretaries. Office workers usually sit at desks and have computers and other kinds of equipment. Pilot. A pilot flies an airplane. Sometimes the airplane is small and seats just a few people, but sometimes the airplane is huge and holds hundreds of people. The pilot must always stay very alert. There is usually a second pilot called the co-pilot who helps to fly the airplane. Police officer. A police officer is a community professional. Police officers help us with many things. They help to direct traffic, and they help us when we are in trouble. If someone is driving too fast, the police officer will make them slow down. Postal worker. A postal worker helps you to get your mail and sometimes to send mail. Some postal workers walk from house to house delivering mail. Other postal workers can be found at the post office. Here, they will help you to send letters and packages to places all over the world. Priest. A priest works in a place where people go to worship. A priest reads from the Holy Book and explains things to worshipers during the prayer service. If people need someone to talk to during the week, they can go talk to the priest. Secretary. A secretary works for a boss or manager in office buildings and other kinds of buildings. Secretaries need to know how to type, write letters, print copies, and send things by post. Sometimes secretaries work in the manager's office. In this case, they are called personal secretaries. Teacher. A teacher helps us to learn things in school. We go to school to learn many things like reading, writing, science, and arithmetic. There are also teachers for things like music, art, and sports. Teachers are called professors when they work in colleges and universities. Waiter. A waiter works in a restaurant and serves the food that the farmer has grown for us and that the cook has prepared for us. First, we have to tell the waiter what we want. The waiter gives our order to the cook, who makes our meal. Then, the waiter brings it to us from the kitchen.
Awesome!